We're going to Catherine in Salem. Catherine, first time caller, you're on Heart of the Matter.
Hi, Shawn.
Hi, Catherine.
I'm new to Utah and never had any exposure to Mormonism, so it's been kind of a culture shock moving here.
I bet.
Two things.
Especially to a city called Salem. I mean, it might be kind of...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Two things I've heard that I think are pretty crazy and outlandish, but I'd like your comments on. I'll ask them, and I don't need to hang on the line, so
okay.
Not to tie up your line. So, number one, that people of color are descendants of Cain or Lucifer. And the second, this was actually told to me by a bishop, and I've actually Googled it, and it shows up, but that Cain was cast to earth forever as the mythical creature Bigfoot.
Are you going to hang up? You want to stay on?
I can hang up as long as you've got the questions. And
I got them.
To hear your... All right. Thank you very much, Shawn.
Thanks, Catherine. Bye.
Bye.
You know, you can't pay for. We haven't talked about the Bigfoot in a long time. Yes, absolutely. Now, one clarification, they don't believe that people of color, black people, is really what we're talking about. Because you can be a Filipino, you can have color and have received the priesthood. You just couldn't have one drop of black blood in you to receive the priesthood in Mormonism. So it's not just people of color, it's black people. And from Brigham Young all the way up through Mark E. Peterson, 1968, you have quotes about them receiving their black skin through Cain as a mark because of their inferiority in the pre-existence as spirits. And so, and their reasoning was this: how could a just God send some people to America and live in opulence and these wonderful things, and some people to live eating roots from the ground in Africa? He couldn't. It has to be based then on their works in the pre-existence. Therefore, he sent the black people down with a dark mark. They were inferior. They could not hold the priesthood until the revelation came through Spencer W. Kimball, 1978. We are going to cover that, where he received, quote unquote, a revelation that said, now all men can receive the priesthood. So you're right on the Cain thing. You're right on the black skin being a curse, and you're right on them being inferior, not able to go through the temple, no priesthood until 1978. All right, now we have them parading around the few black people representationally. Gladys Knight joined the Mormon Church. Eldridge Cleaver, ex-Black Panther, joined the Mormon Church. They don't portray him around too much because he was a murderer, but he joined in prison. But, you know, we have certain people who have done it, and they're more and more. I mean, it's a good social system. It's a great club. But, boy, I don't know if they've all read the quotes that you can about what they used to say all the way up to 1978. Now, as far as Bigfoot, the teaching was that, and still is, I believe, someone correct me, I have to call Sandra Tanner, but the teaching was that Cain was cursed not only with a black skin, but that he would never die, ever. He would roam this earth a vagabond, outcast, unable to die, and just suffering for what he did. And so there's a story that Brigham Young was traveling through the woods on a horse, and this hairy dude came walking up to him, and it was like taller than normal and bigger than normal, and it's kind of mythical. I think there's myth to this in the Mormon Church. It's a myth. It didn't come from, but there's a story of him meeting this guy on the horse and saying that was Cain when the guy walked away. And supposedly this hairy guy was not clothed, and so we have the Bigfoot connection. And so for years, when I was a kid, Bigfoot was Cain, baby. So, you know, it's true. Mythically, it's definitely there, part of the folklore. As far as an official representative saying it, I don't think that has ever happened. One last thing, my friends and I, when we were LDS deacons, we used to say, well, Cain never died. He wasn't in the ark with Noah. What did he do during the flood? And we always just say, he'd be sitting down there at the bottom of the ocean like, gosh, I hate this life of mine, you know? Just, what, you can't die? What happens to you? So, some stuff to think about.